pursue you with an intensity you've never experienced? Do they make you feel loved and special in the beginning, only to criticize you, lie, cheat, and make you feel self-doubt, shame, and guilt once you're deeply involved? Do any of these scenarios resonate with you? Well, those are some questions that you can get answers to in this book. It's called From Charm to Harm, the guide to spotting, naming, and stopping emotional abuse in intimate relationships. With us now is Amy Lewis-Bear to talk more about her book. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, so tell us about your book.
Well, I wrote my book because over the years I counseled a lot of women who came in, and they came in with anxiety and depression, really feeling bad about themselves, and I discovered after questioning that they were in emotionally abusive relationships and they didn't know it. And I felt a responsibility as a therapist to put names to these emotional abuse tactics and to help people really understand what was going on in their relationships, because it's very dangerous.
Yeah, and it's very different from physical abuse, correct?
Yes, absolutely, and that's a great point, because I think emotional abuse gets grouped in with physical abuse, and you know, the question is, oh well, did he hit you? Well, no, he didn't hit me, but the cuts and bruises are on the inside.
Yeah.
And that can be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. So what makes your book a little bit more unique than other books that might be on the same subject?
Well, what I found is that people had no way to describe what was happening to them, so they really needed a language. And so what I did is I took words out of popular culture, I made up words to describe specific tactics. So I have a definition, a word, a definition, and a story that is based on a true story to illustrate this tactic, because it's really so difficult to understand. When someone's whittling away at your self-esteem with subtle tactics, you don't always know that, and because you're in a love relationship, you think, well, he loves me, so I don't understand this, it must be me. Yeah. I'm the defective one.
When it's absolutely incorrect.
Yes.
So can you tell me a little bit about your background and what got you interested in this and writing a book?
Yes. Well, I'm a psychotherapist in private practice in Atlanta, and I do specialize in helping people in emotionally abusive relationships. I had my own experience with emotional abuse in my early adulthood, and it had such an impact on me that I decided to go back to school, become a therapist, and help other people.
Great.
Yeah, so that's why I wrote the book. And the book also has information on, you know, why people abuse, who abuses, who gets abused, why they get abused, also about protection and treatment. And it really gives people hope that they can get out of this abusive relationship and they can get help.
So that's kind of what people will learn in the book?
Yes.
Okay, so it's recognizing it, realizing that it's actually wrong. Just because they're not hitting you doesn't mean that it's not wrong.
Yes.
And then it also talks about how you can kind of get away from it, because that's probably the hardest part, right?
Well, it is the hardest part, because in a love relationship you're open and vulnerable, and at first, the reason I call it From Charm to Harm is at first it looks like a normal relationship, but the person you're getting involved with really is not able to have a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
And they project qualities that they don't have. They seem charming on the outside, but inside they've got some psychological issues that really need to be addressed. And they don't even realize what they're doing sometimes.
Okay. Where can people find your book?
Well, it's available on online retailers and in some bookstores, and also through Balboa Press, who published the book.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Amy. It's a very important topic that people really need to realize that it's a problem.
Yes, it is a problem.
Thank you for joining us. Well, if you want any information on her book, just go to KASA.com and click on the Style tab.